Hi guys! In today's video, I'm going to be turning famous logos into slime and I hope that you enjoy it. First up, I decided to make my favourite thing at the moment and this is the Nintendo Switch. If you guys are like me and have one, I can't stop playing Animal Crossing. It's my favourite thing. And one of my favourite things about the console itself is that the screen stays really shiny. So that was the first thing I started off with. I started off with some black clay shaped in like a rectangle and then I put some clear slime on top to give that reflective surface. And then for the Joy-Cons, I decided that I was going to use some clay that was coloured underneath, as well as using some white base glue on top of it just to make the colours more vibrant and give it that different texture but also look to the screen. And for the Joy-Cons, it was so much fun. I made some clay remote pieces and because they're so small they dry out a bit more, so it actually had a really different look to the screen itself. The next logo wasn't one I originally intended to do, but after doing the first one, I ended up with so much leftover blue slime and red slime, so I googled blue and red logos and I ended up finding the NASA logo. And for this, I put some blue slime on top of some clay and then I drizzled some red slime and also some white slime to add the details they have in their logo. And then I made some lettering with clay, and I was really proud of the lettering because I managed to kind of get the font in there as well, and this mixed so smoothly. The next logo I decided to make was Google, and this was a really fun one. I definitely needed something that could mold really well, but I also didn't want a clay texture again. So I decided to use cloud slime for this, and cloud slime is a mix of snow and normal slime. Because cloud slime is such an absorbent texture, I decided that I was going to paint it with coloured water instead of colouring it naturally, just because I find that cloud slime, especially when you put colouring in it, it just falls apart. So I thought if I added a bit of water and diluted it, this would help it. But it kind of did the opposite because it added more water into the mix, so the whole recipe was changed and I found it didn't drizzle quite as smoothly. After Google's logo didn't turn out quite as satisfying as I hoped it to, I decided that I wanted another colourful logo in there, and that's where Microsoft came in. This is actually such a fun logo to make because the design's quite simple, but it was so satisfying to watch the clear slime melt over it, and after this I just went in and mixed it all up. The last time I did one of these videos, I really desperately wanted to make a Twitter icon, but I couldn't quite get the bird to where I wanted it to be, so I decided in this one I'd try again, and thankfully it took me about 5 minutes off camera, so I was so happy with this one. And this was really fun to do on the base as well. Got some clear slime and then topped it with a tiny bit of white glue slime that was dyed blue, and it ended up being the perfect Twitter colour, so I just placed my clay sculpture on top of that and then mixed it in. The logo I found most challenging to do definitely has to be TikTok, because it has so many overlapping features with different colours that I wasn't really sure how to go about it, because with clay it would just end up being a really tall sculpture, and then all the rest of them I just thought it would kind of mess up. So I thought the best medium for this would be glitter, because it's quite easy to kind of maneuver it with your hands and shift it into the shape it needs to be. So for this I decided that I was going to add black colour on the base, and then I was going to add the different colours on top and just shift that around where it needed to be. And this wasn't the cleanest design, I'm gonna hold my hands up and admit that, but it was really fun to do. And once I moved the white into where it needed to be, apart from the blue on the left side, it pretty much ended up what I wanted it to be like. Last but not least, we have Spotify, and I thought this would be a really fun one to do on Jiggly Slime. It has this gorgeous green colour in it, and I had a green pigment that looked just like it, so I decided that I was going to add this in as the base and just put this everywhere. And because of the circular design, the bowl works so well with it, and I decided that I was just going to add some black pigment around the sides. The one downfall with this is just because I added so much pigment, it ended up kind of looking like an elephant skin on top, so I was like, how do I fix this? So after adding the black stripes for the Spotify logo, I decided that I was going to add some water in there, because it wasn't the cleanest design anyway, and I thought it'd give a cool effect. It didn't really, but it was fun, and it meant that it was way more moisturized when I went ahead and mixed it in. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you again next week. Bye!